Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about the big Baldur's Gate 3 patch that happened relatively recently, and it's going to be patch 8. This is the final major patch. They're still going to be patching the game in terms of bug fixes if I remember correctly, but this is the first content patch, or sorry, the last content patch that they are doing. We're going to be on PC Gamer. This is by Harvey Radfall. Thank you for the article. It'll be linked down in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. The title goes, "This is it. Our final major game patch for Baldur's Gate 3, the Colossal Patch 8 is finally here, marking the end of non-bug fix updates for Larian's triumphant RPG." I'm getting all misty-eyed. Yeah, it's a good thing and like a sad thing because this is going to be the last big update for Baldur's Gate 3, and to be fair, it adds a ton of stuff, but this is the end for Baldur's Gate 3, finally. It took a long time, and they constantly said this is going to be the last patch, but I truly believe them when they say this is going to be the final major patch, because I think they started pre-production, or like, they've started working on their next game, Larian Studios. So, and we know it's not Baldur's Gate 4. We just know that. So we know they're working on their next game, and it's going to be whatever their next game is. I'm interested, but we know they're done with Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of content. Now, obviously, they're going to be fixing bugs as much as possible. There's always going to be a small team working on it, making sure that everyone can still play the game, but this is the final one. Just before we get into the video, I'd like to remind everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers here, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video, so please subscribe to the channel if I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below what you guys think about the big Baldur's Gate 3 patch. I'm personally excited. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 in a long time, so this might be trying out one of the new subclasses. I honestly might go into it and just check it out. If you are too, I'd like to see what you guys are doing as well. Well, folks, we're finally here. It's the end of the long and weary campaign. Baldur's Gate 3 has received its last major patch, apart from bug fixes and stuff, and it's the doozy to end all doozies. It really is the last big update this time, so I hopefully won't have to endure further finger waggles from Larian. It's true. I think they said like patch 6 was going to be the last one, and then it wasn't in terms of content. This is it, our final major patch for Baldur's Gate 3. Read the introductory patch notes. You've helped us make Baldur's Gate 3 a big success than any of us could have ever hoped for, and to that passion could keep us tweaking things and making changes until the end of time, but then we'd never be able to create something new. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that they could continue just make stuff for Baldur's Gate 3, but the problem is that the team is ready to move. I think the team truly believes that they could be tweaking things forever. They want to make something new, and I totally respect that. And honestly, I'm interested to see what they're going to do next, because Baldur's Gate 3 is an amazing game, but they were working with Wizards of the Coast, and so there was probably some back and forth between the big corporation and them trying to make things for this game. Now, I know for a fact that they weren't very intrusive, but I'm sure there were some things that they couldn't get through, or more to say that it was in the back of their mind, that they were making something as big as D&D. So it'll be interesting to see when they don't have something like that, or if they are working with another big company. I've heard other companies that are trying to get them to, like, they're in the market, they're like doing things to try to get Larian Studios to make a big RPG for them. But they also have to, I feel like other companies have to remind themselves that Larian Studios makes CRPGs, which is a very niche genre. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 sold amazingly and did amazingly well, but the fact that its name is Baldur's Gate 3 and it has Wizards of the Coast behind its back and all of Dungeons and Dragons probably definitely helped. So I'm interested to see if they are making a new thing and it's not attached to anything. It's just their own thing, Larian Studio thing. I'm interested to see how that is going to do. I don't think it's going to be a failure by any means. I don't think that. But it's going to be interesting to see how when people start comparing it, and it's going to be like, oh, this didn't do as well as Baldur's Gate 3. I'm like, no, duh, it didn't do as good as the game that was literally labeled Game of the Year. So it's going to be interesting to see that, and I can't wait to make fun of those people, but we'll have to wait and see for that whenever they do, because it's going to take a while probably. Because of the passionate fans of Baldur's Gate 3, they've been working on it a lot longer than I think they thought they were going to. The update, which you can download now, is utterly chocked full with new features. Crossplay, for one, allows us to join through consoles and Mac brethren using something called the Larian network. You can even use mods provided everyone has the compatibility ones installed. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know the mods were going to be able to go through as well. Photo mode is also stupidly exciting. It can be accessed by hitting F9 or clicking the icon on the minimap. If you're playing BG3 with a controller, like some sort of heathen, you can click both controller sticks in on your pad. Hey, it's not a heathen to use a controller. I understand people that are much more comfortable on a controller. It's all about comfort. I mean, I enjoy keyboard and mouse just like any other PC gamer, but I cannot for the life of me play 2D platformers without a controller. Like 2D platformers, racing games most of the time, and like fighting games. Like you cannot tell me that it's better to use a keyboard and mouse for fighting games or a racing game. I can understand some people playing 2D platformers with a keyboard, but for me, I can't get my head around it for some reason. The only real limitation is that you can't change your party's position or camera angle during cutscenes. That makes sense. Though you still can throw some filters on there if you want to make Astorian look #slay while he's going through some emotional turmoil. It's true, but he is always #slaying, so it doesn't matter. The model come packed with 300 stickers, which seems like a lot. Also, modders are going to be able to make new ones, okay? And I started to think the Dark and Grim Paradox box that Larian has just unlocked. It's true. Allowing modders to make stickers is insane, and I respect them for that. There's going to be so much 18 plus stickers. Holy cow. I just realized how many. Yeah, that is wow. The real gameplay meat and potatoes, however, are the 12 new subclasses, which, in case you need a reminder, are the Path of the Giant Barbarian, College of Glamour Bard, Death Domain Cleric, Circle of the Star Druids, Arcane Archer Fighter, Way of the Drunken Master Monk. Oh, the Way of the Drunken Master Monk wasn't actually in the... That's right. Interesting. Oath of the Crown Paladin, Swarmkeeper Ranger, Swashbuckler Rogue, Shadow Magic Sorcerer, Hexblade Warlock, and Blade Singing Wizard. Oh, I'm glad they added the Blade Singing and Hexblade. Hexblade Warlock is really fun, and Blade Singing Wizard is a very fun wizard class as well. I don't remember which fighters are in the standard Baldur's Gate 3. Arcane Archer, honestly, I've never been a huge fan of Arcane Archer, but, I understand there are a lot of people that do like it. There are some surprisingly powerful multi-class options here. It's true. I mean, Hexblade Warlock is literally known as the dip class. So, yeah, especially mention goes out to the Hexblade Warlock with a level 1 dip that pretty much no-brainer on almost every single charisma-based class. Yep, they might just want to hit something with a sword or wield a shield at some point. Yep, Hexblade Warrior is literally known as the one level dip class. But it also isn't that bad on itself. With the new subclasses come some vitally importantly spells too, such as the long-awaited blade cantrips. Gisha Rejoice, the Age of Booming Blade is fine here. Oh, Booming Blade, oh, you're right, Booming Blade wasn't actually there. I don't think we're gonna watch this. Actually, it's only 3 minutes long. Yeah, so these are all the moves. I mean, it's really cool, and I'm glad that these exist now. Yeah, the Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler is fun for the rogue. I personally was honestly, I was slightly disappointed when I played with it in D&D, but it's a very fun class. Yeah, we're not going to watch it. It's fine. It's fine. Watching it without the audio is kind of pointless. There's another pleasant surprise also coming to Baldur's Gate 3 in the form of partial level editing. For modders, level editing is something that that's already been jailbroken, with the new tech being discovered every day. But this official support to add little gubbins into the world of Forgotten Realms should make doing so a lot easier for folks. As Laren explains, whether you fancy creating your own NPC, dropping a metric ton of carrots across every existing level just for the sake of it, plunging your undying love to Shadowheart by turning all wolves into bunny rabbits, or by moving them to House of Hope, you'll now be able to use the toolkit to add or override certain templates in existing levels. That's cool. I'm glad that they did that officially, because now people can go crazy with the mods. Partial level editing means that you won't be able to do partial level editing means that you won't be able to do with the official Baldur's Gate 3 tools is add dialogue or change the static parts of the world, like buildings, scenarios, scenery, or terrain. Okay, that makes sense. You can, however, create your own interactive objects, like a chest that teleports away every time you get close to it. No one will touch your belongings ever again, including you, or you can make a Salome statue that you can put in your pocket. The world is truly yours. That's nice. Lauren has also worked with a modder, DM Jr., on some improvements to UI-dependent mods. While the UI Imp UI mod isn't currently being maintained to help keep things running smoothly and to support the creative passion of those in the modding community. We've introduced minor changes to how some functionalities are handled in the toolkit. Now mod authors will be able to make changes directly for mods that rely on UI tweaks during character creations. That's great. And actually there's gameplay and bug fixes, reams and reams of them. Yesterday I wondered whether the 48 pages of notes would be the biggest patch in the terms of raw wordage. A title that would previously beaten in patch 3 at 23,576 words. Patch 8 doesn't compete, but it is still mighty, with 16,753 words to its name, a little way of my guesstimation of 19 to 20,000 words, but not by much. As such, there's far too much for me to post here. Instead, I'll share my highlights in no particular order of importance. Eldritch Knight War's magic is unilaterally fixed, which is great news. Okay, nice. I didn't actually know that was broken. Honor mode issue at High Wall. Okay. The problem is I haven't played in so long, I don't remember what that means. Where all party members would die when reaching the top of the stem if anyone in the party is being dominated by the enemy. Okay, causing game over. I'm embarking on an honor mode playthrough. I'm sure that's good. Dance animations for some creatures that didn't have it. Nice. Added a new spot where Easter egg song plays. Happy hunting. Okay, good. Tavern Brawler works with wild shape in honor mode again. Nice. This is actually a massive buff. Circle of Moon Druid, yes. Greater invisibility stealth checks now get progressively harder in honor mode. Okay. Pretty big debuff. Yeah. Do a cheesy method. Yeah, I mean, hey, getting greater invisibility is pretty good. Fixes a bug when hurling a healing potion at a rogue in what is presumably an attempt to heal a target that would trigger a sneak attack and sometimes deals or even kills the target. Adjusted the Dark Justice half plate for female characters. Okay, nice. Ask Jared to kindly look at Liz when she's talking. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. They don't look at each other. That's funny. Steel Watchers can no longer get drunk. Interesting. Okay. All in all, patch 8 is very good excuse to boot up Baldur's Gate 3 again. You'll never need it. No, you don't need an excuse. Play it whenever you want to play it. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go and smite my way across Forgotten Realms with my freshly made Scordian. They're hungry for blood, and Booming Blade crits will just make the very gods themselves wet their pantaloons in fear. Yeah, I definitely need to play more Baldur's Gate 3. I am interested in the classes, but honestly, they add 8. It's like, this is like saying there isn't enough content. There's so much content in that game that there's plenty of content. I can't wait to actually go with it. Honestly, I still really want to do a big melee fighter style thing in Baldur's Gate 3. But the problem is I want to be able to talk to people. It's like one of the problems with Baldur's Gate 3 that I have is that I want to be able to talk to people. It's one of those things where I want to do the one giant playthrough, but it's just not going to be possible. You have to play it through multiple times if you want to see everything, of course. You can't see everything in one playthrough. So yeah, I mean, that's just the problem of a very good game with too much content. So I am excited for this patch. I'll be playing it at some point in the future. I really hope to get really into it. There's just so many games to play that I've already played Baldur's Gate 3 a bunch, so it's something I have to do eventually. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video, and I really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think about this big Baldur's Gate 3 patch and its tons of content, and how you feel about how this is the end of the content patches for Baldur's Gate 3. It's a sad time, but also an exciting time because Larian Studios can finally fully work on all of the projects that they're going to be doing and the new game that they're probably most likely making right now. If you'd like to follow me on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads if you'd like to check me out on any of those platforms. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.